Hi everyone, it's me Yana and this is episode 9. It's about our 7-day stay in Serbia. We really liked Belgrade, though it was rather hot at that time, and we visited a lot of places, so let's get to it. So our stay in Belgrade started with a check-in into our apartment. It was clean, spacious and light, but it wasn't child-friendly. There were different floor heights and a dangerous staircase that we had to somehow close from Alisa. I liked the kitchen and how it had a small window that made it cozy. Here is bathroom and bedroom. Alisa had own small bed. Back then she usually slept with us, but there we made progress in our separation and she slept for several nights on her own. Later we even bought Alisa a similar bed. Alisa studied everything with curiosity. She especially liked the carpet. She could lie on it for a very long time. She also played with artificial flower pot. After unpacking our bags, we decided to go outside and have a meal. Our hotel was located in the middle of Belgrade Historical Center. I really liked the atmosphere there. It was warm and the birds were singing. I immediately noticed beautiful lanterns with flowers. People calmly sat at the tables and chatted carelessly. This heavily contrasted with the war-inflicted hysteria that I felt in Moscow. The main goal of our stay in Belgrade was to get ourselves bank accounts to be able to wire our savings from Russia and make payments in Europe. We went to buy SIM cards because while opening a bank account you have to get password that is delivered to a Serbian number. Finally, we went to the bank and managed to do everything rather quickly. Our usual day in Belgrade looked like this. We would wake up, make breakfast and coffee. Alisa would help me to take the dishes out of the dishwasher. Then we would play with Alisa. She liked to take everything out of the closets and read books. Then she took her day nap. In the evenings we would go for a walk. At that time Alisa was 14 months old and she started to show her independence. She refused to sit in the stroller and wanted to walk everywhere on her own without our help. She also started to like children's playgrounds and especially swings. In the evening we would either cook dinner at home or go to the restaurants. Manufactura restaurant had a very interesting exterior with red umbrellas hanging over your head, but I can't really recommend it because I didn't like the food at all. I like boutique restaurant on the main street. The food there was really tasty. Also, Wok restaurant was quite good despite the slow service. We drank delicious wine and Alisa handled the fork masterfully. By the way, it was at the age in Belgrade that she started to eat using a fork. Another place I would recommend is the City Garden Cafe with its beautiful view. There Alisa sipped her fresh pineapple juice and played with toothpicks. We also visited other places, but I don't really remember their names. By the way, it was in Belgrade where I for the first time saw mist cooling systems in the streets. I really liked it. It was very refreshing in such a heat. In the evenings we sometimes went into children's toy store and bought baby puree for Alisa. Every couple of days we bought groceries to make simple home food. Most takeaways and deliveries were not appropriate for the 1-year-old child, and every time I was really surprised by the prices in Serbia, as everything was almost 2 times cheaper than in Russia. In the evenings in Belgrade there were many expressive musicians in the streets. During our stay, we visited several famous tourist attractions. First of all, we went to see Belgrade Fortress and Kalemegdan Park. I liked the greenery of the park and how old fortress walls were scattered all over it. In the park, we found a nice cafe where we drank cocktails and celebrated the opening of our bank accounts. Secondly, we visited Scepter Museum. There were many paintings. I didn't find it interesting, but Alisa studied everything with curiosity. Thirdly, we were at the Belgrade Zoo. At the entrance to the zoo, there were attractions and we tested them with Alisa. She really enjoyed such a pastime. To tell the truth, I didn't like the zoo at all. Many animals seemed to be suffering from heat and lived in small, unclean cages. I felt very sorry for them. We had never been to a zoo before, and I wanted Alisa to see animals that she knew from cards and books in real life. We saw a lot of animals: penguins, elephants, antelopes, ostriches, and even flamingos. And there was an area where children could play with goats. Alisa was happily waving to all of the animals. When it was raining outside, we went shopping. I was glad to see retailers such as H&M and Zara again, as by that time they were no longer present in Russia. In this video, while Roma is in the fitting room, we're having fun with Alisa. She is trying to put lipstick on me and then ends up putting makeup on herself, my pretty little girl. And here Alisa is dancing after she heard music playing in the store. In the evenings we enjoyed many stunning sunsets. I love summer so much for this beauty. So that is how we spent our 7 days in Belgrade. For me, Serbia is a country of contrast. Beautiful lanterns of flowers and overall atmosphere of freedom there go side by side with unpleasant advertisements, graffiti, and kiosks selling t-shirts with that sinister Z symbol. Overall, I like Belgrade and I recommend visiting it to everyone. This is our last day in Serbia and we are preparing for our trip to Slovenia. While Roma and Diana were carrying suitcases to the car, I was cleaning our apartment and Alisa was busy playing with a paper roll. There she trying to hide the paper behind a radiator. We left our apartment and went to say goodbye to Belgrade and to its beautiful main street Ulica Kneza Mihaila. So my next video is going to be about Slovenia.